So then guys, one of those big questions out there is, will we ever see a 27-inch or a larger iMac ever coming out with the likes of, say, a Pro chip or a Max chip inside of it? The last time we actually got an iMac updated with a 27-inch display was back in 2020. It was in August time. That is the last time we got the updates to the actual iMac. But back then, we had Intel chips inside of it. We haven't actually had any updates to the iMac since that point with a 27-inch display. Now, since then, obviously, we have had the sort of iMac 24-inch or 23.5 inch, and that's had the likes of the M1 chip inside of it. That's also had the likes of the M3 and the M4, and possibly going into the M5 as well. It's also going to go into that iMac. But that design of that iMac was very colorful, and obviously it is a great thin all-in-one device that we have right now. But you probably want to know what happened to the larger sort of iMac. Well, Apple kind of came out with a solution. Well, they believe they came out with a solution, and that was the Mac Studio that was introduced in 2022. Now, the Mac Studio is essentially a larger version of the Mac Mini, but it comes with the Max chip and also the Ultra chip inside of it. And it does start at $2,000 US for having the Max chip, and obviously it's double that to start out with the Ultra chip at $4,000. So yeah, it's quite a lot of money. And then those monitors as well, yeah, they cost a fair bit, and before you know it, you could be paying out nearly around about $4,000 to $6,000 with just having a one monitor and obviously just having the, actual Mac Studio and maybe an extra core or two inside of it. It's quite expensive for what it is. So a lot of you guys are wondering, well, why is Apple not bringing this out? And have we got any leaks or rumors out there to tell us that they are going to be making one? Well, first thing I'm going to cross out here is that there's not going to be a 27-inch iMac coming anytime soon. Well, you can see right here, Apple have actually completely squared this out. No 27-inch iMac is coming. But take those words literally, 27-inch iMac. There's going to be no 27-inch iMac. It doesn't mean that a larger iMac than that is still on its way. Now, we did have leaks and rumors back in 2023. Now, stay with me here. I know that's 2023. That's a long time ago. But it was telling us that Apple were in development of making a 30+ inch display iMac, or even a 32-inch iMac, as you can see in this second leak right here. But really, things went quite quiet after that. Really, no leaks and rumors came out in 2024, but it was earlier this year in 2025 where Mark Gurman turned around and said that Apple are making a new studio display right now. This is the one that came out with the Mac Pro back in 2019. So this is the Pro display, the really expensive one and the $1,000 stand with it. Looks like they're making a new one of them, but they're also in development of making a new iMac. So it does look like that this iMac is still on the cards to be created, what is fantastic news to hear. And I'm going to tell you all the details of what this new iMac could possibly have inside of it with its specs right after I tell you about the channel giveaway that we're doing for this right now. I'm giving away an iPad Pro to one lucky subscriber on this channel at the end of September time this year. And the great thing is that you can enter into this giveaway right now. But let me just quickly tell you about the iPad Pro. The iPad Pro here is a 13-inch display model, and it also has 1 terabyte of storage built into it. Not only this, if you know anything about iPad Pros, being it's got 1 terabyte of storage, it also has 16 gigabytes of RAM and also has a 10-core CPU and also a 10-core GPU inside of this. And then on top of this, it's also a cellular version of this iPad Pro. And like I said, I'm giving it away to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And all you have to do to enter in this giveaway, it's quite simple. You have to do two things. First of all, just put down in the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it's going to be a new iMac. Maybe it's going to be a new iPad Pro. Maybe it's got nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be, say, a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 or something else. let me know in the comments below. Now, the second part of the giveaway is going to be in a video happening near the end of September time, giving you more even details about the actual giveaway. And in that video, I'll tell you when I'm going to be doing the live stream to give away this iPad Pro, and also a form to fill in as well. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because you won't want to miss out on that video. Plus, also, you want to be a subscriber too, because obviously I'm giving this away to one lucky subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys, that sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there, people still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people, as you can see right here. Please do report them. So moving on from this then, for this new iMac then, the larger one, most likely, if we know now, it's not going to be a 27-inch display. It probably would be a 30 to 32-inch display iMac. Now, I'm also going to say that it's probably going to be slightly thicker than the sort of current 24-inch iMac we have right now, because obviously it needs to accommodate the likes of a Pro and a Max chip. I doubt that an Ultra chip would go inside of this, because obviously I think this is more reserved for the Mac Pro and also the Mac Studio. But essentially, we do not actually have an all-in-one device right now what has a Pro chip inside of it, or even the Max chip inside of it. So it makes sense for Apple to put this inside of this larger iMac. So obviously I think it's going to probably be, the earliest would be an M5 Pro or an M5 Max with all the cores and everything we get with that. And obviously fans to keep those chips cool inside of it. So you would hear a bit of a whirring noise with your actual iMac, because obviously those chips do get quite a bit toasty. But most likely what you'd also get with this, you'd probably get around about, say, 6 USB-C ports on the back this time, instead of just the 4 that you get with the current iMac. Probably all of these would also be Thunderbolt ports, probably Thunderbolt 5 ports on this one. Obviously, we probably still have that chin kind of design, but colors-wise, I'm not too sure, I'm going to say. Maybe Apple will keep it to kind of like Pro line with space black or gray, but they might also just keep the colors, what they got with the current iMac. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But then the next thing you're probably going to be asking about is, what about, say, the release date if we did get one, and also the price? Well, most likely, if we're going to see this new iMac, the earliest we'd see it is summer 2026, maybe at WWDC, probably not any earlier than that, because obviously there's not been any leaks or rumors too much saying that this new iMac is even coming anytime soon. But then for price-wise, well, we're expecting the price probably to be more than the original 27-inch iMac. Do remember, we're coming up to 6 years ago, or around about, 6.5 years or so by the time this gets launched since then. And remember, the 27-inch iMac back then started out at $1,800 or $1,799 US, and that was the baseline version. I would be saying probably it's going to start at around about $2,000 US. Remember though, compared to that last generation, you are going to get that bigger screen. Obviously, we've also had an increase now in inflation over that time. Obviously, you're going to get that faster chip and everything like that. So this is where I would be kind of stabbing my money, and that would be for the likes of that M5 Pro, probably a bin down version of that M5 Pro. If you were to get the Max chip, well, I'd probably say that'll start at probably $1,000 more than that potentially, or around about that, maybe $800 more potentially. But to get the idea there, for that Max chip, it will cost more. So it could start at about $2,800 to $3,000 to actually get that 32-inch iMac. But really guys, that is the latest and greatest that we have on that larger iMac coming. Do you hope that Apple do release this at some point, and would you get one? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And as always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.